Posterior session today. This is actually the second exercise. I didn't record the first one. We did the leg curl. Didn't record it because I've recorded it like a million times, the same machine. But I surprised myself with how strong I felt. Actually managed to do the same weight that I normally do for the same amount of reps. I thought that was quite surprising to say the least. So we're doing RDLs. I'm not gonna work myself to the ground today. I'm not necessarily taking it easy, but yeah, I don't have high expectations on getting a PR or doing same weights as before. Kind of repeating myself, but the process this week is going to be pretty similar across all the muscle groups and all the sessions. So it's just easing myself back into it. When it comes to reaching peak performance, it's all about starting from lower intensity, lower volume, and work your way up. Okay, still warming up. Let's see how this feels. Yeah, it felt good. My hamstrings are definitely tighter. I can tell that I've been sitting down pretty much all day, every day for a week straight, either sitting down or lying down. So, of course, I'm going to be a bit tighter in my posterior chain, but it's all about taking those negatives a bit slower. And then, the weight of the bar itself is going to stretch the hamstrings to an extent. So, slowly but surely we'll get back there. Okay, first working set, going for 160. Again, I used to back off at this weight, but I think that's what I can afford to do today. I'll still be happy if I can get 8 to 10 reps. Song choice today is some Italian trap. Probably want to try to not give in and go in a bit too fast. Not bad, not bad. I don't feel completely fucked either, so. And that was it for hamstrings. I was meant to do 3 sets of the RDLs, but I opted for just 2 for this week. Just really easing back into it. Really don't want to burn myself out. I know that I sound a bit like a pussy, but just in my experience, I tend to crush quite easily. I'm changing a lot of things in my routine, so my recovery is going to improve for sure, but I'm also adding a lot of extra cardio, so it's best to take it 1 step at a time. So 3 exercises for back. First one is going to be a straight arm pull down. 3 sets on this, higher rep range. As usual, I'm not even sure there's any point in doing this in a lower rep range, if I'm completely honest. Unless you can really stabilize it, like using a bench, etc. It will make more sense. But if you're just doing a standing like this, it's going to be some sort of a pre-exhaustion exercise. Right, pull downs, pronated. I don't usually do it here, so I'm going to have to estimate doing a set between 6 to 10 reps. At least I estimated it right. Fucking hell, today's proper dragging. This is my last exercise today. Just 2 sets, one heavy one. See if I can squeeze anything between 8 to 10 reps, that would be ideal. And then I back off in a higher rep range. Okay. Felt good. Here we are. This is the cardio we didn't film yesterday. Still taking it easy. I can't even breathe properly. But this is one of my biggest goals for the next few weeks. It's just to improve my cardio. I haven't really prepared anything to talk about for this cardio session. But just received a couple of news on a personal level that were a bit challenging to take in. So trying to elaborate that. The only thing I can think of is that life is just a continuous test. I think with that, you wouldn't be given a test that you cannot pass. If it's given to you, it's because you can take it. You know, really cheap philosophy, even cheaper than usual. But, you know, I'm trying to see it that way, you know. I don't think there's any path that is easy. Even the person that decides to not live fully and trying to make things as easy as possible for themselves will still encounter pain and struggle. Even just sitting on a sofa all day is a struggle. Sometimes you just gotta kind of choose your struggle, choose your pain, the one that you feel belongs to you, the challenge that you feel belongs to you. Not the easiest, but the one that feels right. I read this quote from a book. I can't remember the whole quote. I can't remember the book. I remember there's a particular line that stuck with me, which referred to always following the path that has a heart. If the path has a heart, then it's the right path. It's a really good way to put it. I am trying my best to do so. I think we all are. Even choosing to fulfill your parents' dream is potentially a path that has a heart. But I guess what really makes a difference is that sense of belonging to that path. And I'm definitely in a phase of my life where I'm discovering, I am becoming, I'm in a process of discovery. And even just filming these videos is giving me so much lately. And I'm so grateful for them. I am, grateful for any experience I have lately. Even the bigger challenges that made me sweat and bleed, if you know what I mean. It's hard to be at the time, of course, but afterwards, when you've got enough clarity to compartmentalize things and to elaborate them and understand the lessons, understand that it all makes sense. So much uncertainty, but I think that will always be the case. I remember couple of years ago when the business started to not boom, but started to bloom and grow at a fast rate. I was scared of losing everything. And the more I was gaining and the more I was scared that the day would have come that I would have lost everything. And it's funny because throughout last year, I had to basically rebuild business, not completely from scratch, but from lower numbers 3 times, having to let people go and not having a great strategy with it, making mistakes. That made me realize that the abilities, the tools, the experience that you gain from building it in the first place, it's all you will ever need. And if everything goes to shit, you just roll your sleeves up and you rebuild it again from scratch or from whatever you've got left. And being scared is normal. It's part of the process. In fact, I think it's important to be scared. If you're not scared, are you really moving forward? Are you connected? And, with fear, sometimes you might be scared of what you would conventionally consider bad things to happen. Or you could be scared of good things too. Especially if you're not used to them. Especially if you're used to failing, you're used to things not going well the way that you planned them to go. What if they do? What if things start going well for you? What then? Are you ready to take it? Some people might be scared of that too. Sometimes we form an imprinting with a certain experience when it comes to challenging ourselves, and that's what we tend to recreate. Not saying that we fail on purpose, but if that's the only thing we know, if failure is the only thing we know, we will be subconsciously attracted to it. And I think that's the biggest mindfuck, is the continuous necessity to bring awareness to what you're subconsciously driven to and what you consciously want. Sometimes they're the opposite. Like that song, Fix You by Coldplay. Cheesy AF, but sometimes you get what you want, but not what you need. If the need is what you subconsciously desire, people call it self-sabotaging. I think self-sabotaging is, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it's just such a superficial way to look at your subconscious desires and what you're prompt to attract. You can't just stop at saying, well, I self-sabotage. What the fuck does that actually mean? Does it mean that you desire to fail? Does that mean that you need to fail? Does that mean that you identify as that? That's what you think you deserve? Or does that mean that you're going in a direction that you're not really happy with? If I'm chasing the wrong goal and I self-sabotage, am I really sabotaging? Or am I just trying to wake up? Some food for thoughts. But one thing for sure, the state of happiness is not long lasting and it's not meant to be long lasting. So I think the idea of chasing happiness, it's a bit of a fairy tale. You cannot be happy all the time. You're not meant to be happy all the time. You're meant to have moments of happiness. This means that if there are parts of your life, aspects of what you do that you're not happy with, that are a bit of a struggle, a bit of a challenge, that feel like a bit of a chore, it's normal. It's meant to be that way. Don't shy away from doing the unsexy stuff. It's all part of the game. And it all serves the purpose of creating those moments of happiness. There's no high without low. I think I'm done here now. Thank you so much for watching. If it's your first time here, I'm posting 1 vlog a day for a year straight. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.